light. Hey, you're wondering why is there a light back there? Well, it's because the light fixture on the fan is actually busted, and that's the only source of light I have here in the room for right now. But nonetheless, it's DVD and Blu-ray update time, so let's roll the intro. Hello, how's everybody doing? It's DVD and Blu-ray update time. And what can I say about this update? It's kind of some mediocrity and strange stuff, I guess, which you can say what I picked up in this update. But we're going to start things off with Footloose. Yes, this is the 2011 remake of Footloose, based on the 1984 title of the same name that had Kevin Bacon and John Lithgow in it. And what can I say about it? Because I am a fan of the original movie, and when I first thought that when they're remaking Footloose, I thought there's no way they're going to be able to make it as good as what the original one was. And this was, of course, I found out that they were remaking this back in 2008, and at that time they had announced that Zac Efron was going to be the Ren McCormick character, and the director was going to be the same guy as High School Musical. And I thought, that is going to be terrible. And when I found out that in concepts that they wanted to do the Broadway musical version of it, and I thought, no, that's bad. And what can I say about the official remake? I give a thumbs up, because they didn't make it a musical. They made it all about the dancing, and that's what it was. It was about these teenagers being kids, and that there was a law that forbids them to dance in public and play loud music. And they got into some things that the original movie didn't get into, that it was one person's pain. Even though the original did go into that a little bit, I don't think there was enough that this one didn't cover, because there was actually a point where in the original version you just see Kevin Bacon and John Lithgow sit down together, and he just hands a picture of his father, I think, that he lost, and there's really no discussion. And you see the daughter walk downstairs and say that about asking Ariel to a senior prom. That's it. But this goes into a little bit more depth about why the pain caused the Reverend, in this film it's Dennis Quaid, to impose this law. And Ren sits down with him, has a one-to-one chat with him. He says, why are we suffering? Why are you making us suffer, basically? But yeah, a thumbs up for the Footloose remake. And in terms of the music, it surprisingly, even though they've released a new soundtrack with covers of the original songs, they actually used the original recordings more than they used the new stuff. But yeah, Footloose, I do encourage it. Next one up, I probably wouldn't have bought this had it, because I was a little bit curious about this film, and I knew it had come out back in 2004, and it was, I just ignored how bad it was. But then I started reading like what the director was saying, what the cast was saying, and they said it was a piece of garbage. What am I talking about? The Stepford Wives. This is also a remake. And Frank Oz, Nicole Kidman, Matthew Broderick, and Frank Oz, the director, regretted ever doing this. They said the only sane person was Glenn Close. He said everybody else was throwing problems, and they all regretted making it. Next up, there's a couple of Clint Eastwood titles I picked up. And by the way, this was a Big Lots purchase, $3. This was a Walmart purchase, $25. And this was Big Lots for $3. Mystic River, and very good performances out of every single person that's in this film. It's no wonder it got the awards it did. And of course, the next one is, the last update I picked up The Outlaw Josie Wales. Well, this one I had to pick up another definitive Western of Clint Eastwood, Unforgiven. Again, this is the Digibook edition. However, this, unlike The Outlaw Josie Wales that had 32 pages, this is a 50-page book. And basically the same thing going on. A little bit of trivia information. Here's a little bit of pre-production linery about the William Money killings in time. There's also something else in here I want to show. If I can turn to the page. Let me find it here. And I can't find the page. Oh, here it is. Is this letter of congrats from the studio head, or the chief operating officer? What's the name? I know I'm mispronouncing it. No, Chief Operating Officer of Warner Brothers, Terry Smeal, congratulating Clint Eastwood on the nominations, I believe. Or the DGA nomination that he got. He ended up winning Best Picture for that one, too. Good movie, Unforgiven. This one, Best Buy purchase for $10. Public Enemies with Johnny Depp, Christian Bale, and Marion Cotillard. Movie about John Dillinger. Well, the reason why I picked that up, because that's a little bit of my town's history. John Dillinger, famous notorious gangster, he actually robbed the bank here in this county that I live in, which would be Blackford County, Indiana. And what's interesting is that they never talked about that, him robbing this town. They actually did shoot scenes where the prison that he was held in, they even shot in Michigan City. But yeah, it's part of where I'm from, and a little bit of my town's history. John Dillinger. Next one, I believe, yes, this is also a Best Buy pickup for $8. Training Day. Denzel Washington, Ethan Hawke. Excellent thriller, cop drama. Very intense. I would enforce the R rating on it because it is pretty gruesome. Next two were a couple of Days Video pickups, and they're old DVD copies of these movies, because it's the old snapper cases. First one is The Right Stuff, a movie about the first Americans to go into space. Has Scott Glenn and Ed Harris and Dennis Quaid, just to name a few. And also a old DVD copy of Viva Las Vegas, furthering my Elvis collection, which makes it to 2. Hadn't sat down and watched Viva Las Vegas yet, but I'm sure I will sometime. Well, that's all the DVDs and Blu-rays I picked up over the past month, and waiting on some big ones to come out. Like, for example, my brother gave me the digital copies to Kill a Mockingbird and Field of Dreams. I have both of those on DVD, but I really wanted the digital copies. And, of course, Universal's celebrating its 100th anniversary. I'm waiting on this movie right here on Blu-ray. So, Universal, Spielberg, get on the ball. Get it out here. We want it. And, of course, the un-Lucasified version. So, give us E.T. So, we don't know when that's coming out, but that's all I've got for me to you. See you later.